Charlie Kirk's name first surfaced not in a speech or a headline but in a chilling subway discovery, a single sheet of paper-stamped target list sparking whispers of government plots, vanishing convoys, and a masked final broadcast that still defies explanation. The strange envelope appeared on a cold morning when the subway station was almost empty, resting neatly on a worn wooden bench as if someone had placed it there on purpose. A commuter noticed the faded government seal before the train doors closed and alerted a nearby attendant. Inside, a single sheet of thick paper carried the words Charlie Kirk Target List written in an uneven, old-fashioned typeface. The message contained no additional explanation, no signature, and no clue about who had created it. Detectives collected the envelope and sent it to a forensic lab, but things only became more unsettling from there. The paper stock was traced to a printing company that had shut down decades ago. The ink formula had not been manufactured in over 20 years. Security cameras in the station offered nothing. Useful footage from every angle glitched at the exact time the envelope must have been left, leaving a gap of several minutes. Investigators could not find a single fingerprint on the letter or the envelope itself, almost as though they had been carefully wiped clean or handled with extreme precision. News of the discovery leaked to online forums within hours, and speculation exploded. Some posters claimed the document was part of a government operation designed to intimidate political figures. Others argued it was a prank by fringe activists hoping to create panic. Amateur handwriting analysts jumped in, pointing out oddities in the spacing and curvature of the letters. A few insisted it resembled the style used in old intelligence memos from the Cold War era. When an independent journalist requested public records about the investigation, officials said the evidence had been transferred to a secure facility. Days later, those same records were quietly updated to show the envelope as misplaced, an administrative term that offered no real explanation. Conspiracy theorists seized on the disappearance, claiming someone within the system wanted the paper hidden before it revealed too much. The tension grew when a local newspaper reported that one of the officers who handled the envelope resigned unexpectedly and refused to comment. Some readers took this as proof of inside pressure. By the end of the week, the letter had become the centerpiece of countless podcasts and late-night live streams, each repeating a different theory: a secret agency warning, a rival political group sending a threat, or a manufactured stunt meant to spark chaos. No matter how many experts dismiss the story as an elaborate hoax, the unanswered questions, the vanished evidence, the missing video, the silent officer kept the mystery alive. What began as a simple piece of paper was now fueling a wildfire of suspicion that no official statement could extinguish. Several weeks after the subway letter disappeared, a late-night driver reported an unusual sight along a stretch of desert highway rarely used after dark. In the glow of his headlights, he counted a string of black SUVs racing in tight formation, their tinted windows reflecting nothing but moonlight. He later recalled a strange coordination to their movement, like a convoy trained to stay perfectly aligned. A traffic camera on the outskirts of the nearest town captured a single blurry image that seemed to confirm his story. Analysts who examined the grainy still thought they saw a passenger whose profile matched Charlie Kirk's silhouette, a shape of jaw and hairline strikingly familiar. The footage was time-stamped just past midnight, but no toll booth or gas station in the region recorded any of those vehicles before or after the sighting. When investigators tried to trace the license plates, they found numbers registered to a private security firm that had quietly dissolved years earlier. Former employees claimed the company's vehicles were long sold at auction, but no sales records matched the plates in the video. As word of the convoy spread online, theorists speculated that Kirk had been moved under a secret protection program. Others went further, claiming the motorcade was part of a staged assassination drill meant to test how fast an organized team could relocate a high-profile figure without leaving a trace. Each idea seemed wilder than the last, but the gaps in evidence made them difficult to dismiss outright. Local residents added to the mystery. A rancher said he heard low-flying helicopters that same night, though radar data showed nothing in the sky. A gas station attendant claimed she saw unfamiliar men in dark clothing hours before the reported sighting, filling large fuel containers and speaking in short, coded phrases. None of these accounts could be verified, yet they spread rapidly across message boards and amateur investigation sites. Authorities conducted extensive searches along the highway, combing through miles of sand and scrub for tire tracks or discarded equipment. They found nothing: no footprints, no oil drips, not even the faint impression of heavy vehicles. Satellite companies were asked for thermal images of the area, but each responded that cloud cover had obscured data at the critical time. With every unanswered question, the legend of the vanishing motorcade grew. Some called it proof of a powerful network operating beyond public view, while skeptics labeled it a cleverly timed hoax. Either way, the midnight convoy became the second puzzle piece in a chain of unsettling events that no official explanation could neatly resolve. Not long after the desert motorcade reports, sharp-eyed followers began to notice subtle changes in Charlie Kirk's public appearances that set social media buzzing. At first, it was something small, a slight difference in the curve of his left ear spotted in a recent photo compared to images from a year earlier. Then came comparisons of older interviews to new ones, where some viewers claimed his voice carried an unfamiliar cadence and a barely perceptible accent. Amateur analysts slowed down video footage frame by frame, arguing that his gait looked more deliberate and his posture subtly different. Each observation might have been dismissed as the natural result of aging or lighting, but taken together they fueled a belief that something or someone was different. Anonymous accounts on obscure forums fanned the flames by posting so-called insider leaks. One claimed a clandestine group had replaced Kirk with a double after an undisclosed security threat. Another alleged advanced plastic surgery and months of secret vocal training to create an almost perfect copy. Grainy images surfaced of a man entering a private clinic late at night, his features partially obscured, with posters insisting it was the original Kirk undergoing an identity swap. Digital forensics teams tried to authenticate these photos, but found inconsistencies that prevented a clear verdict. The uncertainty only made the theory more attractive to those convinced of a deeper plot. Mainstream media outlets attempted to debunk the rumors, pointing to routine factors like camera angles, changes in personal grooming, or weight fluctuations. Yet every explanation seemed to spark new counterarguments. Conspiracy podcasts replayed side-by-side images and slowed audio comparisons until even casual viewers questioned what they were seeing. When a longtime staff member abruptly left Kirk's organization without comment, theorists cited it as proof that insiders knew the truth but were unwilling to speak. Adding to the intrigue, a cache of old security footage from a private event briefly surfaced online before being taken down. In that clip, a figure with Kirk's build was caught in a back hallway moments after the public appearance had ended, but the face remained hidden behind a hood. Some argued the video showed two different people present at the same time. Whether simple coincidence or carefully staged illusion, the whispers of a doppelganger grew louder, turning a once fringe idea into one of the most discussed elements of the unfolding conspiracy. The narrative took a sharp turn when a new mystery emerged from the digital world. Without warning, a cryptocurrency wallet began transferring small amounts of money to anyone who posted fresh theories or supposed evidence about the alleged plot. The payments were modest, sometimes only a few dollars in equivalent value, yet they arrived within hours of each new claim, creating an irresistible incentive for people to dig deeper and share their findings. At first, skeptics assumed it was the work of an overzealous fan trying to keep the story alive, but blockchain analysts soon discovered that the wallet's origins were far from ordinary. The account bounced between servers in multiple countries, masking its true location and making it almost impossible to trace. Each time investigators thought they had pinned it down, the funds moved again through a labyrinth of encrypted transactions. This unexpected flow of digital money ignited a global treasure hunt. Amateur detectives, professional hackers, and curious bystanders joined the chase, combing through abandoned buildings, forgotten chat rooms, and the darkest corners of the internet for anything that might trigger a payout. Rumors spread that the wallet owner had hidden specific clues across the web, rewarding those who uncovered them. Forums filled with screenshots of supposed leads, coordinates hidden in image metadata, ciphers buried in old live stream recordings, even strange symbols allegedly spotted in Kirk's televised appearances. Some participants claimed they had received coded messages urging them to continue searching, while others reported sudden withdrawals of funds just as they thought they had solved a puzzle. Authorities tried to intervene by contacting major cryptocurrency exchanges, but the constant shifting of accounts across decentralized platforms left little for regulators to seize. Cybersecurity experts speculated that only a highly organized group could maintain such an operation without detection. A few even suggested the scheme might be a dry run for a larger campaign of digital manipulation. Meanwhile, every new theory posted online, no matter how outrageous, seemed to breathe new life into the wider conspiracy. The small, quick payments blurred the line between investigation and entertainment, turning the entire saga into a high-stakes game. As the story spread across continents, rival factions formed. Some insisted the mysterious wallet was a clever marketing stunt designed to keep Kirk's name in the headlines. Others believed it was a shadow organization using the crowd to gather intelligence for reasons no one could guess. With each untraceable transaction, the idea of a carefully engineered conspiracy grew harder to dismiss, ensuring that the hunt for the truth would continue well beyond the digital realm. You said, Chapter 5. Expand 400 words long. Don't add any headings. The saga reached its most unsettling point when a sudden, unannounced broadcast interrupted multiple live news feeds late one evening. Viewers across different time zones reported that their screens flickered to static before a masked figure appeared in front of a wall of glowing monitors. The person stood motionless for several seconds, a low hum vibrating in the background, and then delivered a brief statement. Phase 5 is complete. Watch closely. No further explanation followed. Before anyone could react, the feed dissolved into cascading lines of code and finally blacked out. Within minutes, the clip spread across social platforms, sparking an avalanche of theories and frantic analysis. Technical investigators scrambled to trace the source. At first, it seemed to originate from a small independent news station, but deeper probing revealed 5 simultaneous origin points located in different countries, each shutting down mere seconds after the broadcast ended. Cybersecurity experts admitted that coordinating such a synchronized transmission would require resources far beyond any lone hacker. Government agencies denied involvement, yet their refusal to release detailed reports only strengthened public suspicion. Conspiracy forums erupted with claims that this was the long-promised final act of a hidden plan, possibly confirming that Charlie Kirk's fate had been sealed long before the public even knew a threat existed. In the hours that followed, new anomalies surfaced. A few viewers insisted that in the split second before the feed went dark, a faint silhouette resembling Kirk flashed on one of the background monitors. Others argued that hidden coordinates were embedded in the static, pointing to remote locations across the globe. Some amateur cryptographers claimed to find patterns in the hum behind the masked figure's voice, suggesting a coded message meant for a select audience. None of these discoveries could be verified, but each one added fuel to an already raging fire of speculation. As mainstream outlets tried to calm the frenzy, a curious silence fell from those closest to Kirk. Scheduled public appearances were quietly canceled, and his official channels released only vague statements about technical disruptions and ongoing security reviews. Supporters and skeptics alike were left with nothing but unanswered questions and a growing sense that they had witnessed something carefully orchestrated. Whether the broadcast was a hoax, a sophisticated cyber attack, or a signal from a shadow network, its chilling impact was undeniable. The image of that masked figure framed by flickering screens and a single cryptic phrase became the final and most haunting piece of a mystery that refused to fade, ensuring the legend would live on long after the signal went silent.